Here with your HE16 Sports, I'm Dalton Allen. Last night, just 10 miles away in Bald Knob, the Harding Academy Lady Wildcats got their 11th straight win of the season. Harding Academy led Bald Knob by 7 at the half, then cruised to a 30-point victory, winning by a final score of 67-37. The Lady Bulldogs are now on a 5-game losing streak, losing last night's game. Harding Academy stands alone at number 1 in the conference with a 13-0 conference record, 21-3 overall. And staying with the White County basketball matchup, Harding Academy survived in a thriller 61-60 over the Bald Knob Bulldogs. Bald Knob led by 11 at the end of the first quarter, but Harding Academy answered back the second quarter to make it a 1-point game at the half. The Wildcats held Bald Knob to just 6 points in the third quarter to take a 45-40 lead. In the final stretch, Bald Knob outscored the Wildcats 20-16, but fell just 1 point in the end. Harding Academy is also number 1 in conference with a 12-1 record. Both teams have a 2-game cushion for first place ahead of Tuckerman, who sits behind them at second in 3A play. The NBA trading deadline is coming up soon, and 4 teams are taking advantage of the opportunity to add key players to their roster going into the second half of the season. The Houston Rockets, Atlanta Hawks, Denver Nuggets, and the Minnesota Timberwolves all took part in a massive 12-player trade this afternoon, trying to put the right pieces in their puzzle. Just to recap briefly, the Rockets took charge to acquire forward Robert Covington and center Jordan Bell from Minnesota, and sent on their way to Atlanta starting center Clint Capella. Houston also traded Nene Hilario to Atlanta and sends injured forward Gerald Green and a first-round pick to Denver. Crazy day in the NBA, and possibly more trades to come as the clock winds down to tomorrow at 3 p.m. for NBA teams to take their final moves. Kobe Bryant's legacy continues to live on in the eyes of many, and for one local New York artist, he pays tribute to Kobe through his work. Narmeen Chowdhury has the story.
Tributes to basketball legend Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna come in all shapes and sizes. Here in Brooklyn, you'll find this work in progress.
I've always been a Laker fan, so although I'm from New York, I bleed purple and gold.
Born in Queens, Efren Andaluz is a Long Island-based artist. At 33 years old, he says the loss of Bryant and his daughter and 7 others in a tragic helicopter crash was nothing short of devastating.
I just cried because I couldn't believe it, like childhood gone, like someone that I looked up to.
Within days, Efren could only process his grief in one way: by creating.
It's definitely therapeutic. Anytime I do art, it's therapeutic.
Efren also knew he wanted his work displayed in Brooklyn, so he searched on Google Maps, and after finding a building owner who was open to the idea, he came across this home at the corner of Flatbush Avenue and Pacific Street, right across from the Barclays Center.
That's my boy, man.
And though he'd never donned a New York jersey, the impact Bryant's life and career had on any lover of basketball anywhere, especially right here in New York, is undeniable.
It's a motivation.
And it's why this work is capturing a lot of attention.
You got Kobe's face in there?
The artwork is really beautiful, so that's why I stopped and I looked at it.
Just captured me. It just made me stop.
The iconic image was first photographed by John Suhu and now brought to life by Efren. A girl dad himself, Efren says he chose this photo to replicate, showing Bryant laying on the court with his head resting on one love while his eyes appear to look into another, his daughter.
His death, of course, like many people's death, didn't go in vain because, you know, unfortunately, we all have to go one day, but I feel like his death, it changed the world in a week.
What an awesome story.